welcome to the stream. We're here. Sophia's here. I know it's been a long time. We wanted to apologize. Riley, can you show your face really quick? Guys, put hearts, hugs, love in the chat in Discord. Riley has literally been breaking his back today, doing a stream, figuring out how we can possibly stream while in Paris. It's been a tough one for our boy. So guys, please give him all the love in the world. We're not doing any donos today. We're going to give you 2 mega episodes, 5 stories. 5 stories. Hurrah. And without further ado, Sophia, why don't we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Give Riley some love.
Woo!
So.
Oh.
We got it. It's been a day, y'all. It has been an absolute day. Hey. Is that S1? S1, yes. Here we go. Shoo-boo-doo-doo-boo. My brother ditched a funeral and a wedding, so I want to ban him from any future events too.
He deserves it.
Maybe the move. Hi. I'm sorry for the long post, but there's a lot of background information necessary. I, 37 female, am taking a lot of flack from my brother and other family members for not including my sister-in-law, Jennifer, 34 female, in any of the events that my husband and I host. I am upset because I feel like I shouldn't invite people who clearly don't care or want to be there anyways. But Lil Blue Sky 87 wanted this story to be here because it was sent in on r/OK Storytime subreddit. Send your stories there. We read them like this. Woo. Now, these are all fake names out of respect for my mother who asked for some anonymity. Firstly, I would like to give some context on the dynamics of my family. I come from a huge family. My mom is the oldest of 6 siblings who all have 3+ kids. Wow.
That's a lot of kids.
I don't know. Could be bigger.
Could be big.
Yeah, good.
That is true.
Dang, things you don't want to hear.
It's, I'm not going to say it. I can't. And my dad is the youngest son of 10 siblings. 10
is bigger.
That is bigger. Who all also have between 2 and 6 kids themselves. My God, they have an army.
You have a big family.
We have a big family.
I'd concede.
Yoinks. I have one set of living grandparents on dad's side and lots of great aunties and uncles still alive on my mom's side. I myself am the oldest of 9, and we are approximately 10 to 18 months apart in age. I am of the oldest of 9 siblings.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jeez.
God. A giant family.
That is giant.
I have 5 sisters, 3 brothers. I am close with them. I get along with all of them for the most part outside of normal sibling squabbles, with the exception of one sister, Sarah, who has chosen a life of substances over her own children. That's never good. 7 of my siblings have children and families of their own. And we get together frequently, taking turns on who's hosting events for various holidays, birthdays, and celebrations. So I have a big family. That's basically what that means.
Yeah. Too big.
Too
Can
big.
you have too big a family?
Honestly, yes, and they do. It's kind of a lot. So last year was both incredible and very sad. My dad, 56 male, passed away suddenly under some tragic and horrible circumstances that left our family shaken and devastated a mere 6 weeks before my wedding. Wow. I was my dad's power of attorney while he was hospitalized, and I'm the one who had to sign the paperwork to take him off of life support.
So hard.
My paternal grandparents both walked me down the aisle on my wedding day in my dad's place. The day was bittersweet, but overall lovely. The issue is about my brother, Troy, 35 male, and his wife, Jennifer, 34 female. They're generally quiet and introverted and do not host gatherings unless it involves their own daughter, 4 female, specifically. Think baby showers, her birthdays, etc., etc. This is fine, and we don't usually make a fuss over this because that's sort of the way that Troy is and always has been. But he usually attends the events that they're not hosting, but I've noticed a pattern, and I'm really upset by it. When our dad passed away, Troy left the service immediately after he did the viewing.
The viewing of the body?
Presumably.
Guess so.
Yeah, I think it seems like once his part was done, he just left.
Yeah, which is like, it's like he just viewed it, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess that's a part.
I haven't seen an open casket in a while.
I haven't seen an open casket ever.
Oh, dude,
My
lame.
mommy shielded me.
Really?
I don't
You
think
know,
I've
you
ever
poke
been
the
to an open
casket?
casket.
Yeah.
I
I think it was like,
think great
5.
grandpa had an open casket.
I was not conscious.
Yeah, you were not. I don't think you were you even born?
I don't know.
I don't think so. But yeah, I remember seeing it. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
how old?
I was like
Were you?
4.
You would have
5.
had to be 4 because of
Yeah.
I
I
I was
wasn't
like,
conscious.
damn,
Dude, shout out
that
Sam.
guy's not moving.
Shout out Sam and your parents.
Yeah.
Dude. Life
Shout
and
out,
death.
mom.
Circle of life.
Yeah, dude.
But when our dad passed, Troy left the service immediately after he did the viewing, and Jennifer, his wife, did not come into the funeral home at all. She sat in the car and texted him so often that our grandmother actually got upset and asked if he could please set his phone on vibrate. Bro did not even have his phone on Do Not Disturb, and his texts were going off from his wife sitting in the car outside. That's
Dude, you gotta have live updates.
yeah, right. That's
He's
her
still
live
not
stream.
moving.
That's her live stream, dude.
How's
Chat.
the viewing going?
What's going on, chat? Beat my eyes.
LFG.
Jeez.
Chat, I'm dead.
Is it a W funeral chat? Oh my god. So he refused. What?
He
And
refused to put his phone on
Do Not
silent?
Disturb. On silent. Yeah. Yeah, not even Do Not Disturb, but on silent. And obnoxiously kept texting his wife throughout the first few minutes of the service until he was finally asked to step outside to take the call so as to not disturb the eulogy that our grandfather was making. My God. Troy sort of shrugged his shoulders, hugged our mother, and then he left. Literally, he went home. And he was supposed to be the pallbearer with our other brothers, uncle, grandpa, and his nephew, our dad's eldest grandson, but he literally just left and went home. So he didn't even do his part. He just like sat there for like a little bit.
And you need 4 pallbearers.
Yeah.
Then it just the guy toppled out. Then he's moving.
Well, you know, if you're really strong, you could
That's true. I guess you could have 2.
Yeah, I have 3 in a line, like
That's
Yeah.
true.
under it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Have you seen that one meme where it's like the guy's dancing with the
Oh,
dead
right.
body? Yeah, yeah.
That's true. But like, dude,
I can't believe this is his father's funeral. and
His
he's acting-
own
yeah, his
father!
own father.
He probably didn't like him that much.
I mean,
I'm guessing there's beef.
I guess,
I'm
but
guessing
like,
there's beef. 'Cause
but-
that's pretty whack.
there was like 8 or 7 or 8 other siblings. None of them did that.
Well, maybe he was the ugly duckling of the family.
Maybe,
know?
I don't know.
He's lowest on the totem pole.
He might just be crazy. Actually, my conspiracy theory is it's the wife, and the wife is like poison. Being like, why would we go to your dad's funeral? He sucks. I don't. He's
Dude, Yoko Onoing.
Yoko Onoing.
I think as old as time.
That's true. As
What
old
did
as the
Yoko
Beatles.
Ono
old as
do?
the Beatles. What did Yoko Ono do? What
Oh,
did she do?
Oh.
She broke up the Beatles.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant like something happened with his dad. I was
Oh, no.
confused.
She
yeah, I
broke
know-
up the
okay.
Beatles. I
Got
actually
you.
don't really know
Yeah,
that
I
she
feel
broke
like
up the
you're-
Beatles.
I feel like I don't know.
But
Maybe there was a lot
that's
of
what people
stuff put on
say.
it.
That's what the conjecture.
Or at least that's what I think people say.
Anyways.
So it seems like none of us really know. What
None of
Yoko
us
Ono
really
did.
know, but Yoko Ono is getting some flack right now.
she's taking the heat.
She's taking heat.
regardless of her.
Chat, let me know if Yoko Ono
Yeah.
broke up the Beatles.
Do we like Yoko Ono?
W's or L for Yoko Ono. Chat will decide.
We don't know.
Actually, do a poll. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll.
W or L?
Yoko Ono?
Or
Question
Yoko
mark?
Ono.
W or L?
Yeah,
We
dude.
want to see W's or L's.
We don't know our history.
Yeah, what do you mean? This is my present right
Wait,
now,
where is-
dude.
We're at that point, guys.
YouTube poll.
Here we go.
We're
We're getting it up for you guys. It's
Is
being
it
pulled up.
Just,
Um,
is it just Yoko Ono? Like,
Yoko
how-
Ono? Question mark?
Okay.
W or L? That is the poll. That's
But
the
is
poll.
Yoko Ono spelled YOKOONO?
I believe so.
I think it's Yoko Ono, as Pandemonium says.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Jenny
Yeah.
said L for Yoko.
Mo says she's been blamed for breaking them up, but in my opinion, that's just woman blaming. That's what I would think.
Let's
So
let
put a
the
W.
chat decide.
That's
Yeah,
what.
so put a
That's why we're
W.
doing this poll.
Don't sway the chat.
But I literally don't know. I love the Beatles. I don't know anything about Yoko Ono.
Here we go.
There you go. Now we're
let's
going
vote.
to find out.
Majority woman audience.
Yeah.
We will see the verdict. All right, let's get back to the story. So
Where's the poll?
It's on the YouTube one. Can't see it.
Dang.
oh man. So I understood this, and so let me run it back. So he literally left the funeral and just went home. I understood this, and so did the rest of the family, because we figured that it was just too overwhelming for him, and he had to leave. Now onto the wedding. I'd like to note that the only reason why my husband and I didn't postpone was because my dad would have been incredibly upset with us for postponing on his account. We actually took an anonymous vote with my family on this exact subject. Wow. So we went ahead and honored my dad by having our officiant talk about him before the ceremony. When my husband and I got engaged, I asked most of my sisters and Jennifer to be bridesmaids and was going to have my chosen sister, aka my bestie, to be my maid of honor. I then asked Jennifer and Troy if their daughter, Cindy, a 4 female, could be my flower girl. Everyone gladly accepted. Troy and Jennifer were over the moon with excitement about their little girl being the flower girl, and all was well. Or so it seemed.
Or so it seems.
A rogue Yoko Ono approaches to break up the... I
Yoko Ono challenges you.
to an objected wedding. So, or so it seemed, about 3 months before the wedding, during our first dress fitting, Troy suddenly texted me and said that Jennifer didn't want to be a bridesmaid.
Oh my freaking God. Jennifer this, Jennifer that.
I think my conspiracy theory is
I think
coming
Jennifer broke up the Beatles, quite frankly.
I think everyone should put an ICU in the chat if they see what I see.
What's coming.
If they see what I see. That she never wanted to be that she never wanted to be a bridesmaid in the first place, and that she didn't know how to say no to me when I first asked her. And that she really hated the idea of doing this bridesmaids crap. And that she absolutely refused to wear the dress that she picked out herself. She then said that she might not even attend. Who cares? And that she was even thinking of not allowing Cindy to be my flower. I was crushed because my husband and I had paid for all of the wedding expenses ourselves, including the entire wedding party's dresses and suits. And if we can guess something, it's that a wedding dress, even a bridesmaid's dress, is probably not cheap.
Not cheap.
It's just
Unless you get it off Amazon. You can get it. You can get,
$100 one.
$100 wedding dresses
What about
off
20?
Amazon. Maybe $20.
5?
You can get yesterday you could buy a house on Amazon. You could buy anything there.
I saw.
Yeah, I sent John.
You said all of us.
I sent everyone a house on Amazon.
And
2-story.
Here's the beautiful thing. He literally just sent the link, but we all knew exactly what he was saying. At least I knew what he was saying.
I knew what he was saying.
At a
What
bare
was I
minimum.
saying?
Put it here.
Yeah, put it in the backyard.
New studio.
New studio.
Two stories.
2 stories.
It was pretty incredible, dude. $36,000 for it was a nice little 2-story house.
It was literally a full 2-story house for $36,000. I mean, that's
It looked
expensive, but
It's
for
inexpensive.
a house,
For a house, it's cheap as
that's crazy.
houses are like $500,000.
Yeah,
At least.
at least.
Yes. But there's more to the story.
What?
Wait, can you catch me up really quick?
Yeah. Okay. So quick TLDR. Basically, there's this like stinky brother and sister-in-law. And they left the funeral. They were big a-holes there. They were agreeing to like participate in the wedding, be bridesmaids and whatnot. And now they're pulling out. So basically we're getting this like the dark origin story, the Batman origin story
Of why the brother was texting during the funeral.
of why they suck.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. See, honestly,
$5. That's all I can do.
that does not
Okay.
look very different than other
$5.
wedding dresses I've seen.
The maroon one is interesting. All right.
I mean, it's not white.
Oh, there we go.
I've
purple one.
seen wedding dresses look like
There-
this.
Look at that. Top one. Wait. Top left. The very first one. $8.99. Looks kind of. Sophia, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Kind of fire.
I think this is going to be the cheapest wedding dress material known to man.
It is. But does the picture look nice?
Yeah, but the picture is a different dress. They're
It's
not
not
gonna. They're
bad.
not gonna send that dress.
It's
They're gonna
not
send
bad.
that dress. It's
It's
gonna
not
look
bad.
exactly like it does right there.
All right.
Anywho.
Also, I don't know if you saw the description, but it did not sound great. Did you read that description on that?
The faux here. There we go. The faux wrap dress.
Fabric type. Teen girl sexy solid swim short cocktail.
Oh, die.
That is a crazy fabric type.
Yikes.
I've never heard of that fabric
Well,
before.
I've never
this
heard
is,
of that fabric
what?
type. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
All right, sorry. I just had to point that out.
that was pretty crazy. So, thankfully, my parents convinced them, actually bribed them with a large sum of money to still allow Cindy to be in the wedding party, the 4-year-old flower girl. The day of the wedding, Jennifer refused to allow her hairdresser to do Cindy's hair and did it herself. She just threw my niece's hair in a ponytail and refused all offers for help. Then she allowed my niece to go barefoot during the aisle walk.
Is our chat broken?
Why?
Old chatty chat.
What do you mean?
Chat's broken.
What? No, it's
The
not.
YouTube comments aren't coming in like
Yeah.
Facebook.
Or Facebook. Or Facebook. It's broken. What do we do? You got to refresh.
Okay.
The old refresh. We're getting it.
Mayan. Well, I don't know if it's refresh on there or is it refresh somewhere else.
This will come back.
Guys, chat in the chat. And
I
if
mean,
we
the
see
chat's
it-
working. It's just not on your thing here.
Well, that's
How do
for
we-
everyone.
Yeah. How do we refresh that?
I'm refreshing.
But I feel like I think there's another refresh thing for that, right? It's different. We ask Riley or just text him. And we can keep going, but just text him to come and check.
Yeah.
Indeed,
I'll text him.
indeed.
Okay, keep going.
Cool.
Here we go. So, as soon as Cindy's part was finished, as soon as she got to the front of the chapel, and before the officiant even began speaking, Troy scooped up Cindy and left, with Jennifer following closely behind. She even took the flower girl basket with her. So basically, she literally, like, Cindy the flower girl walked up to the as soon as she got to the front after throwing the flowers, Dad picks her up and they run out the door.
That's
Literally.
very inconsiderate.
They're allergic to staying at events.
You know, at least it runs in the family.
At least it runs in the family. Well, it's only them
Yeah.
with the rest of the family.
Well,
Just their little pod.
it's a recessive gene, I guess.
There we go.
Also, Yoko Ono 60L40W.
Damn,
Oh.
60% L. Get wrecked,
R.I.P.
Yoko.
R.I.P.
Is she actually ripped?
I don't know. I'm just saying R.I.P.
She's
to the
definitely
chat.
ripped, for sure.
Saying R.I.P. to the chat.
So ripped.
She's been open casket,
There's
I think.
the other people are Paul McCartney. Andy.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He's still alive.
I'm gonna look up if Yoko Ono is still alive.
We will find out.
She is not.
But
How do you know?
I just don't think.
I didn't notice until after the ceremony and it was time for the pictures. When my grandma told me that she saw my brother take Cindy to the potty, I called Troy and asked where Cindy was because it was time for the photo shoot. Jennifer answered the call and said, "She's with us. We left. We're gone. We're gone." Again, I was absolutely crushed, but I didn't want that to ruin my day, so I made excuses and just dropped it for the time being.
Yoko Ono is still alive.
Yoko!
Hooray! Now, ever since then, I have tried inviting them to other family events, such as my oldest son's high school graduation party, his 18th birthday party, Thanksgiving. It was my turn to host that year, etc., etc. And every single time, I am left on red on the RSVP, or the RSVP goes unanswered.
On the partiful invite.
The partiful invite.
No free sponsors.
No free sponsors.
Oh, damn.
And they don't attend. So, to be fair, they also don't attend some of the other sibling events either, but this feels incredibly personal because they made the effort to travel across the province to attend our younger brother's birthday party this past June. So they will literally travel across a state for a birthday party, but they won't let their daughter be at the wedding for more than 3 minutes.
Disgusting.
So now I've decided to stop expecting them to come and have stopped inviting them to things I host altogether. Jennifer recently saw my pictures on Facebook and Instagram and blew up at me. She accused me of alienating my brother and niece from the family and that I'm being malicious by excluding them. I argued back that it seems like they don't want anything to do with me or my family anyways, and that I was saving them the time and effort of ignoring my invitations by simply not inviting them. Now I'm getting called petty by some of the aunts and uncles. My grandpa even called to ask me why I'm excluding my niece from family events. So I'm now feeling incredibly guilty for at least not going through the motions of inviting them to my hosted events. Mom is on my side, as are 6 of my 8 siblings. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for refusing to include my brother and sister-in-law to family events that I host?
I mean, if they're always gonna leave, then yeah, I like.
Doesn't seem like they're even coming, really.
Yeah.
It is your God-given duty to do absolutely as much as you can for these people, knowing that they will always just abandon you.
Yeah, I mean, but like, do you have to just keep inviting them because to like placate the rest of the family, to just show, hey, I'm including everyone, and if they leave, fine, just silence your cell phones.
So 6 of the 8 siblings are on OP's side. So like, that's a majority of the factions.
I think if majority wins, I think don't invite them.
Don't invite him.
I think for sure not the a-hole.
Yeah. Very, very, very much so.
Yeah.
Actually, everyone who's calling them the a-hole is the a-hole.
Dude.
Because they're like, hey, why don't you invite them? They're like, they just never show up.
I think it's the age-old saying, I'm like rubber, you're like glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks on you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does glue really not stick to rubber?
No.
Is that what the saying is?
I'm like rubber.
Yep.
You're like glue.
I am.
Whatever I say, or no, whatever you say bounces off me because I'm rubber, and sticks on you because you're glue.
I see. So there's a third object is being cast.
Well,
it's
this thing you say. Whatever
right.
you
That's
say,
the object.
It's the object.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never knew.
Yeah. See,
So there we go.
Can't stick.
It all makes sense. But that is literally the end of a story. That we don't get any updates. We don't get
nothing.
We literally get nothing else.
But you know what? We do have Yoko Ono.
Oh wait, can we play a video of Yoko Ono screaming?
Guess so.
Put a video. Also, Heidi Browning, thanks for the 4 months of membership.
Let's go.
I've got to make a post on the subreddit about reporting someone to the management for using her battery-operated spicy sleep object in the restroom.
Oh man.
Hey.
Also, what a way to just battery-operated spicy sleep object.
That
is so fully
everyone
censored.
knows what that is,
Right?
but except Facebook monetization.
New dictionary definition from Heidi Browning.
Wow.
Let's freaking go.
What,
W's for Heidi.
Would you report someone for using a spicy sleep object in the bathroom?
No.
I don't think I would.
I would just keep it pushing. I would just walk back to my
unless
desk
it was
or wherever.
like, even if it was really loud.
It's like not my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would make it my problem.
Yeah. Like someone that works in like HR or something, it's like, okay, maybe we need that to not be a, I don't know, action or
Yeah.
like if you do it, at least share, you know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Can I use that after you?
Is this what you guys were talking about?
I don't know.
You have to turn on the thing.
Yeah, she's doing art. Let's go.
Yeah, that's her
Yoko.
whole thing. She's an artist.
What kind of art does she do?
This kind of art.
Oh,
But we
performance
can't
art.
hear
she
her.
coming.
We
I
can't
can't
hear
hear her.
Yoko.
Yeah, wait.
Turn on your speaker. I can't hear it.
It looks like you're just singing.
Can you guys hear it?
No. Oh yeah, can they hear it? We're trying. All right.
I got the gist.
Yeah, we kind of
We
I
get it.
actually like the visual.
I
It's like
like
I think you're singing.
Do
No,
we
the
fix
moment-
chat or what happened there?
Riley said he did.
It is not fixed. But you know what is fixed?
This next
These other
story.
donations?
Are there donations?
Oh, yeah.
Indeed there are.
Scroll down, Sophia,
Ugh.
and reveal the power inside. Here we go. Molly Thornton, Pluto. I don't know what that means, but thanks for the $5.
I think there's something about Pluto. I haven't gotten full context. I saw some chat things.
Yeah, I was doing trivia.
It was a trivia thing?
I think I didn't ask it, but someone asked a question about
Pluto?
Pluto.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Storm Kitty, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. We appreciate you. Asian Persuasion, blaming Yoko was definitely rooted in misogyny and racism, especially during that time.
I believe you.
We're getting the truth.
Persuasion.
We're getting the untold story of Yoko Ono.
Heidi Browning, we already read that.
But shout out to
You know, make sure no one is having too good of a time in that bathroom.
Yeah, you know, we gotta keep it
Yeah.
keep it chill.
Yeah. Keep it chill. Although there's this one scene in this movie where apparently they go into the bathroom to relieve themselves in other ways so they can sell things faster. You know the scene?
Okay,
Like
next
those
story.
rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up. Matthew McConaughey, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street. Anyways,
no free sponsors.
thought it was a quiz.
What
S2.
in the butt?
S3.
In the butt?
S3. Oh, okay.
686?
Yeah, because you read this.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom, baby.
There it is.
Boom. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yes.
I did get my haircut without Riley again. How do you guys notice the haircut? You guys are so perceptive. So perceptive.
This is our family.
So perceptive.
Always be looking.
These guys didn't even notice I got a haircut.
That's because I didn't look at you.
I did, but I didn't say
Yeah, what the heck? What the heck?
like an asshole.
Like that. To be fair, I did not notice when John got a haircut, but it also is like
It was a lot. It was a lot.
But it like
Sophia
hangs
noticed.
on your head.
I did notice it, yeah.
You notice?
Yeah.
It was like inches. Like,
But
Like
it's
my hair
still
used to
long. It's still
be
long.
like down here.
It's just still long though.
But look.
But you know what else is long? This next story.
Boom. Let's
There
get
she
it.
is.
So my cousin was extremely rude, so I called him out for having an illegitimate daughter.
Whoa. Bang
You
for
called
bang.
me fat. Well, guess what? You have a daughter that you had out of wedlock.
There it is.
Got him. I-24 female just bought a house. Was it on Amazon? Did it cost $36K? You could buy a house on Amazon. Did you know that?
Stop sponsoring.
Sorry, no free sponsors. I'm super excited and wanted to celebrate by having a backyard barbecue. I invited all my friends and my entire family. I also invited my boyfriend, 25 male, since he hasn't met my extended family yet. We've only been dating about 3 months. By the way, this comes from our subreddit r/storytime and from user Jenny Francis. So it's the day of the party. Everything is great. My boyfriend is meeting my cousins, aunts, uncles, and everybody in between. Man, there's people in between those people. Close party. Y'all are packed like sausages over there. Like a club in Miami.
Peak dad jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Peak dad jokes.
I finally take him over to my cousin on my dad's side of the family, 40s male, who's a pastor. I don't know why that's in quotes. Him, his wife, his 5 children, and granddaughter were there as well. For context, his oldest daughter, we'll call her Maple, but she ain't sweet, has a different mom from the rest of her siblings because Pastor had her with one of his past girlfriends when he was young. His granddaughter belongs to Maple, and Maple wasn't married when she had her baby either. So wait, his granddaughter belongs to Maple, and Maple wasn't married. Okay, so it's a double out of wedlock kid.
Whoa.
2 double out of I know out of wedlock is a whole old term but I'm using it for sake of the story. Anyway, double illegitimate children.
Jon Snow's child.
Yeah, you get if you have one more, you win bingo.
There we go.
Back to the story. I introduced my boyfriend to the group, and we're all chatting with each other. For some reason, my pastor cousin feels the need to say, well, I hope you two aren't having spicy sleep before marriage. Having kids out of wedlock would be a sin. Would it now, Pastor? How about you looking your past, you turd?
Ever heard of a mirror, my guy?
Yeah, look at it.
Wow.
It's you.
Dude, the hypocrisy.
He said it in front of everyone. My whole family got real quiet. John Jinkle Jamer Smith. you know the song?
Yeah, John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. Of course.
His name is my name too.
Yep.
Whenever I go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jinkle Jingleheimer Smith. Anyway, they were singing it like really soft, like when they sing John Jingleheimer Smith.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
Yeah, sorry, John.
Put it correct. It's okay. No, don't
my
even
whole
try.
family got quiet. He then went on to talk about how I needed to keep my legs closed and my boyfriend would never marry me because I was already putting out. That was mean. I think you deserve whatever is coming to you, Pastor.
Yep.
It was extremely awkward. It, of course, caught my boyfriend off guard. So I say, well, were you thinking about any of this when you had your illegitimate daughter? You obviously didn't share these ideals with her either, because now you have an illegitimate granddaughter.
Dude. For the pastor, great. For the
dude.
Maple's kid, not so great.
Maple just got some strays.
But she was shooting, you know. She was just going for it, and you know, spicy maple, crispy Dawson.
Yeah. Spicy maple.
Spiced maple syrup, baby.
Oh yeah. Maple got some maple smoked bacon and put it on the griddle, left it on too long, and then it just got crispy. And they're like, I don't really like crispy bacon, but I'll eat it. And yeah, I feel bad for Maple.
That is exactly what happened.
That's how I feel about Maple. I had no intention. How do you like your bacon? Let us know in the comments.
Crispy.
I had no intention of embarrassing his children because I love them and we're friends. I was so angry at this grown man making an attempt to try to shame me for something he doesn't even know if I am or am not doing in front of almost everyone I know. He was pretty pissed. Before he could say anything else, I said, I'm bored of this conversation.
Ooh.
And went into the house.
Nice.
My uncle, in drunk fashion, died laughing, adding insult to injury, I guess. My cousin and his family left shortly after words were exchanged. My mom found me in the house after walking them out and asked me if I was okay. She reminded me that we know my cousin has always been holier than thou and feels the need to show out in front of an audience. Maybe you should stop putting out that bullshit.
Oh,
got him.
Man daps himself up.
She did, however. Wait. Oh, hold on now. She also apologized to my boyfriend and promised that our entire family isn't like that and that what we do as adults is solely our business. She did, however, think I should be the bigger person and apologize to my cousin. She said he was really hurt and embarrassed. He was obviously projecting because he is ashamed of his pastor. I told her I'd think about it and tried to spend the rest of the night having a good time. Later in the week, I called Maple and asked her if I could come over to talk. I went over to her house and told her I wanted to apologize to her specifically, which I think if we're being nice people,
yep,
we gotta uncrisp Maple.
I think
gotta hydrate her.
Uncook that bacon.
Yeah, uncook that bacon,
Yep.
put it in some water, you know.
Bring it back, baby.
Bring it back.
Nice and soggy.
Nice and soggy bacon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice and
Probably put some sloppy bacon. Sloppy wet bacon. That's how I like my bacon. I like to crisp it, and then I just put it in olive oil
Oh.
and drink it down. Anyway, later in the week, I called Maple and asked her if I come over to talk. Wanted to go to her house and apologize to her specifically. I don't look at her or her daughter differently for being born out of wedlock. I frankly don't care how they were conceived. I was just mad at her dad for talking about my rooter and my tutor and wanted to make a point. She let me know that she wasn't mad at me and that she knows how her dad is. I never intended on dragging her name or her daughter's name through the mud and the blood and the bear, and I went a little far. Maple said it felt good to see somebody put her dad in her place, in his place. We went out for margaritas, business as usual, and our relationship has been thriving and thriving ever since. In the end, I still feel the only person who deserves the apology was Maple. She had nothing to do with the conversation, yet her name was mentioned. My dad is proud of me for standing up for myself, but my mom is still telling me I should apologize to Pastor, especially since we have a family reunion coming up in August. I don't want to apologize to him, and I don't care about it being awkward during the family reunion. He had no right to ask me about my spicy sleep life in the attempts to, I don't know, intimidate my boyfriend, Giltes. So, am I the a-hole? Should I really consider apologizing to that man? And guess what, John?
What?
We got an update.
Woo!
We got a date with the update, so we're going to get into that. But really quick, do you think OP needs to apologize to the pastor?
I think there is something really important that OP should say at the next gathering.
Yeah.
And that is have a prayer to help
The pastor keep it in his pants.
Yep, the pastor keep it in his pants. That hopefully his sins of getting it in the past don't harm him too much.
Yeah.
You know, let's protect him. You know, let's get everyone holding hands and chanting in unison to bless
yes.
the goodness.
I want blood sacrifice though on top of it.
Wow.
I think everyone needs to wear white, blood sacrifice,
Right.
preferably like a virgin goat.
Wow.
And really like make sure like we like get the evil spirits out of this.
Do the goats have to be virgins? Is that like a whole thing?
I don't make the rules. I just enforce
I've
them.
heard of the virgin thing. I've heard of the goats, but never the virgin goat combined together.
I want, you
Well,
know,
That's a
and
whole new
like
ceremony.
originally, virgin was just a person who was unmarried. So as long as the goats aren't married, I think it's fine.
Is
All
any
right.
goat married?
also,
That's the
you
real
know
question.
what? I have a plan for the vegan activists. Marry all the goats, then they can't be used in sacrifices. You're welcome, vegan
This is-
activists.
Is this like a common, like goat sacrifice? Pretty common still.
I mean, in some parts of the world.
That's true.
But I do have an update. Wait, really quick. Do you think OP should consider apologizing?
Not at all, dude.
Not at all.
I hate the type of person that the pastor is.
Yeah. I agree.
So insanely hypocritical and publicly shaming. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, agreed.
Ridiculous.
But we got a little bit of an update. So, hi everyone. Thanks for all the kindness. Just to clear a few things up. My mom is not in defense of my cousin. She hasn't once made me feel like I did anything wrong. There's been a lot of drama in my family as of late, and because she herself isn't a messy person, people have been bringing their problems to her. I think she's just overwhelmed and figured this would be two less people who are fighting. I reassured her there will be no fighting on my end. He has been posting subliminal messages on Facebook. What does that even mean?
Dude, we need a real rat beef brewing.
What
No,
does that
it's
mean?
like
Yeah,
those
rat-
videos where we know someone in our family who's posted those videos on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what is the subliminal thing?
No, it's just like these like really not obscure.
Yeah, it's like
just nonsensical videos with like I don't know, and they're animals instead of people, and there's this like weird moral that they're trying to put, but it doesn't really make sense.
it's maybe kind of like Darman
Or man,
video.
I've seen Darman.
Yeah.
Although uh, I've been seeing on our Facebook, we joined a bunch of like random groups to promote stuff like in early days. And so we get these wacky
Dude, they're
Facebook
so
groups.
crazy.
And it's like a woman with like two sets of honkers. And what's the age away or the safe
We
way
can go
of
with
saying
honkers
that?
for
Okay,
now.
honkers. And then it's like an AI, obviously AI generated, and then it's like above it, it's like comment amen if you believe that she is beautiful or something. And there's all these thirsty dudes just like commenting amen.
Amen, brother.
Amen,
the Lord is
amen,
good to
amen.
us today.
I'm like, what has Facebook become? What is this?
It's crazy.
But
Except
shout out our Facebook community.
Dude.
A couple people are saying in the chat that she meant passive aggressive.
Who?
Like instead of, she didn't mean subliminal, she meant passive aggressive.
Oh,
messages.
subliminal messages. Angela Coconuts. There we go. That's better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a little bit more to this story. He's been posting subliminal messages on Facebook, but honestly, everyone just ignores him. And for all the people saying this story is fake or clickbait, have obviously never come from religious families. For the most part, my family is normal and accepting. However, we do have a few extremists. Those people typically aren't invited to anything. I originally just invited Maple, her siblings, and her stepmom, but of course, Pastor tagged along. The pastor has always been a little aggressive, saying outlandish things for attention. My family doesn't want to talk about it, but Pastor struggled with drug usage back in the day. My dad said that changed him, and he used to not be so crass or mean. I also have an English and journalism degree, so I just write well.
Damn.
I don't really know what else to say. By the way, we go live every weekday, 3 p.m. PST, so check us out.
Okay,
y'all.
maybe OP did mean subliminal messages.
Yeah, dude. Journalism degree.
Journalism.
Journalism degree.
Oh,
Also,
words.
at the end of the story, I peeped like he was like, oh, he used to have like drug problems back in the day, so now he's more crass and mean. Does that mean when he was using it, he was just like the coolest guy ever?
Maybe
It's like,
he should start doing drugs again.
it's like, hey guys, what's up? It's Pastor G. We're
Yeah.
back. We're just hanging out. We're having a good time. We're having illegitimate children. It's all good.
Hold up.
Yeah.
So Jesus, man.
What fat rip,
One
Pastor G.
love.
Oh man.
Oh,
stuff.
Pastor G.
Pastor.
G. Hitting
Ooh-wee.
that spot.
So, oh my God. We are, me and Sam are actually apparently
Allegedly.
going to some sort of women's empowerment.
We are
Dinner
we
tonight.
do love to empower women
That's right. Sophia decided to abandon. women.
Actually, yeah, I don't.
because she
Sophia-
doesn't want to empower a woman.
Yes, she is against women empowerment. We are the only ones empowering women right
Hey,
True.
someone's got to do the
now.
job.
Someone's got to do the work.
Yeah, if we don't stand up, who will?
Obviously not Sophia.
Obviously
She's
not
sitting
Sophia.
down right now.
Obviously not Sophia.
Sitting down
She thinks
so
all the
hard.
work has been done. But you know what John and I say? No.
More to be done.
More to
yes,
be done.
we can.
Sí
But
se puede.
one of us should leave eventually. We were supposed to leave at 5.
Well,
but
we got
can-
20 more minutes in this stream.
We do.
Oh, well, should we pull Riles in?
Our boy. Yes.
Oh, yeah, let's pull
Let's pull our
Riles
boy
in
in.
because we do have to hit the. And also, your boy is walking in the fashion show tomorrow, getting some. And then your boy is going to a red carpet event tomorrow.
That's okay.
All right. Sorry. Asian, he said, praise to the Most High. Thanks for the $2. Asian persuasion. Bell, the man who just said honkers while pretending to hold boobs. We empower women. Some people are visual learners. All right. I was trying to show what I was talking
Can
about.
we also tell people what you did earlier?
What did I do earlier? What did I
You
do?
know what you did.
What?
You walked up to me outside and you were like,
Oh, you mean The pen?
The pen.
We can't talk. We can't talk about that.
No, that's why I asked.
No, we can't talk about that.
Yeah. Also,
That's also unrelated to the honkers.
it is, but it is very related to your very aloof nature of the
But
stream.
you know what's related to this stream?
what?
This next story.
Whoa, you're so right.
We have to do one more story for this.
We do. We added more time. It's not over,
Yeah.
guys. It's not over.
Don't you worry.
Riley's coming in. We're making it happen.
We're making Riley come every time we can.
It's the S4 in the same one.
Let's freaking do it. Oh, S4.
Yeah, S4.
Got you.
Sam did the S2.
Bill Cotling says, "Where did the pen go?" Well, now they're going to be guessing about.
I know you were the one that said. I said the thing that happened.
Well, but that sounds more. That sounds.
No, you added way more specificity than I did. Back to reality. So, my sister and her best friend keep excluding me. I'm sick of it. As you should be. So my sister, 28 female, and my best friend since we were 5, 29 female, moved in together last year, and I have been having a really hard time with it ever since. I, 29 female, am married and have lived with my husband, 30 male, for almost 8 years now. So I never had a chance to live with my best friend since she lived with her parents until last year. Let's call my best friend Sonia and my sister Brittany. And by the way, this comes from Late Temperature 995 from r/OK Storytime. 30 stories in there. We read them. Brittany and I, again, the sister, were fairly close as kids, and things got more strained as we became adults. I moved out of our parents' house at 20 and was in a different city for 3 years in a different state for 2 before moving close to the city that we grew up in. When I moved back, my sister Brittany was not very nice to me and would make snide comments and even talk crap about me under her breath to my friend Sonia. It literally felt like a middle school bully. I was just extremely hurt and wanted to talk to my sister Brittany about what was going on, but she gets extremely defensive anytime we talk, and it turns into a huge fight. The last fight we had was a few months ago, and it ended with her saying I treated her like crap in high school and abandoned her when I moved out. From my recollection, I was in survival mode in high school and was dealing with daily thoughts of unaliving due to extreme mental health issues that would not be resolved until I left my parents' house. I know I had my crappy sister moments, but every sibling does. At my core, I only ever wanted to protect her and our little brother. My parents were emotionally neglectful and had extremely high expectations for their children. We always had to act perfect, go to church multiple times a week, not react negatively to anything, basically not be kids. I believe that as the oldest child, my sister looked up to me emotionally to give her what our parents couldn't, which I was unable to provide since I was a child myself. I did receive higher expectations and more punishments from my parents than my siblings did because, quote unquote, I'm the oldest and should know better. I was expected to grow up a lot quicker than her and our brother. I believe my sister sees me as the villain in her story, and our parents as perfect angels who did nothing wrong. Since Brittany and I were getting even more estranged, I was shocked to hear that Sonia was going to live with her. At first, I told them it was okay, but the longer they lived together, the more hurt I got. I could barely get a text back from either of them, which would normally be fine, but they started doing everything together, and it hurts that they saw each other every day and grocery shop together and watch shows together, so they couldn't send me a text. Every time we have family dinners, Brittany is constantly texting Sonia, and they call each other bestie. Super quick question before we dive back in. Sophia.
Yes.
If you had a best friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then that best friend just moves in with Sam and just starts hanging out with Sam all the time, and is like, and then Sam and your bestie are like, you know, just like getting back to you every once in a while, like not really chatting with you. How does that feel?
That would be pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be pretty weirded out. I'd be like, what the heck, guys?
Can we do anything?
I think you could talk to your both of them. If you think that, I mean, like I'm kind of confused on whether or not OP still has a close relationship with her sister.
It seems that like
Seems a little bit like
it's
fraught.
it's grown more and more estranged, and I think the main thing is like now my bestie isn't talking
Yeah.
to.
I
So
think
it's
it's
like-
maybe talking to your bestie and say, hey, I'd love to do some one-on-one stuff.
Yeah, try to reach out and kind of like rebuild that connection.
Yeah.
In this scenario, you just dump Sam on the side of the road like a piece
Yeah.
of meat. And hang out with
In
your
this
bestie.
scenario, I would talk to both of them.
Like a soggy piece of bacon.
Yeah.
Soggy olive oil encrusted bacon.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that there could be a conversation had here that could possibly
save.
Let's say you say.
Like, let's say I stole your best friend now.
I'm OP.
Yeah.
I think I would be a little sad, but I would like try to communicate, hey, I would love to hang out with y'all more, but I feel like if you can't like really force someone to hang out with you. That's like
That's
thing
the
that
tricky
kinda,
part.
That thing that kind of sucks. Like I think the thing that you could do is you could just like say, yo, I'm throwing more, you could throw more events. You could invite them to things, but you can't really expect anyone to invite you to anything.
Host a potluck.
Host a potluck, invite all your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I asked. I feel like there's like a limited meter of things.
Yeah,
you can
I used to be upset when like friends didn't invite me things, but then I think it's just like it's just out of your control. And so now I'm just more like if I want to be invited to something, I'll just invite myself to a thing that I invite them to.
Boo! Invite yourself. Get locked out. Build your own building.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly. Build your own
There
building.
it is. Well, we'll see what OP does.
But it does suck. I'm not saying it doesn't
This
suck.
is true. This is true. So Sonia and I have been there for each other our entire lives. We talk to each other about everything, and I now feel like I can't vent to her about my sister because they are getting so close. I feel like I've lost my best friend to my sibling who doesn't even like. About 6 months ago, I had a talk with each of them separately,
Okay.
Good.
Good, that's a good start.
and my sister said, I figured you would be jealous.
Oh.
And it turned into our last big fight. And Sonia said that I will always be her best friend and nothing will change that, but her actions have not made me feel that way. It's gotten to the point where they have gone to many events, including concerts without me, and are currently in another state for a huge music festival with just the two of them, and they didn't invite me. I've never been on a trip with just one of them before, so this really hurt. It's so upsetting, and I feel like I can't talk to them anymore about it anymore because they know how I feel and they clearly don't care. I think at this point, all I can do is accept that I will never be close with either of them again. I feel like both of them have replaced me, and I have a hard time coping. I know that this was insanely long, so thank you for reading, and I appreciate all the advice. And there are some relevant comments to close this out. But do we maybe chat? We poll it as well. Move on or keep fighting? Do we,
I don't think you like. I think you have the conversations. Say like, hey, I would love to. I'm feeling a little left out.
yeah.
Would love to be included more. And then if they don't do it, like, just I think you just start creating a friend group. You know, like just start inviting people to things that you want to do. I don't know. That's literally. I feel like that's the best thing to do. If you feel uninvited, you just like create your own circle.
They're
Yeah.
at a music festival. OP starts her own music festival.
Dude,
Doesn't invite them. Now we're even.
now we're even.
Now we're even.
Buys the
Yeah.
music festival.
No, I
uninvites them.
I feel like the best way to make friends is to just keep inviting them until.
Until they have no choice. Also,
But-
you're out of focus, Sophia.
No, I'm not.
But
Now I'm.
get to the point where it's like
Oh, almost right there.
you get to the point where it's like you've invited them like let's say you've invited them to 10 events, Sophia,
Yeah.
and they've not gone to any of them. 10 events.
Then they're not your friend anymore.
So move on.
Move on.
You're
You
done.
both said move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
And I said move on as well.
Yeah, I think move on.
But we'll see. We'll see with the poll. See what happens. Move
You
on.
can hit that poll.
Keep fighting.
Oh, the polls move on 80%.
80%.
89%.
Oh, they agree with us. So some relevant comments to close us out. Jack of Spades says, it sounds like you weren't as close to your friend as you thought. You left for college and lived with your husband for 8 years. So you were best friends in high school, but didn't you grow up and bond as adults doing your own stuff and going out together? You never took trips and concerts and all that. So while you were off doing your own thing, she was off doing hers. She wasn't sitting there waiting around for you to get back. While you were gone, new friendships and connections were formed that you aren't a part of. Maintaining a friendship as adults takes effort to make things work. And it sounds like rather than putting in the effort to sustain that rapport, you just assumed it would always. Whoa.
Ooh.
Kind of coming for OP.
Yeah,
Whoa.
pretty presumptuous.
Or is it
I mean, but
not strong enough?
have they actually not hung out for 8 years? You know.
Well, OP response. When we were in our 20s, me and Sonia went to concerts at least once a month. Setting the record straight. I texted her multiple times a week and was often back in my hometown when I lived only an hour away. I'm constantly sending her TikToks that remind me of her, and I'm always trying to get her to go out or just hang out in general. She's very much a homebody, and it's hard to get her to do anything. I've done what I can to keep the friendship going, and it seems like for a while she has been half in, half out. I mean, going to a concert at least once a month with someone is a pretty decent cadence as far as the scale of friendships. I mean, I think we all have friends that, you know, we see very rarely, like maybe every few months.
I have a friend that I haven't seen in 5 years, but I talk to him every 2 weeks.
You see what I'm saying?
And he's awesome.
There it
I'm gonna
is.
See if I can meet up with him in Paris, but his country is at war, so I might not
Fingers
be able to
crossed.
get out.
So that's all we have. That's literally
That's
it.
all we have, and that's all we have
That's it.
because we gotta go.
We've given it all we can.
Boy.
We gotta go. We gotta skedaddle. But you know who doesn't have to skedaddle?
Ooh.
These
Yeah.
two jokers.
Yeah.
These two joke.
Are we ready for some
joking
musical
notes.
chairs?
Bum, 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 bum,
Let's run it.
bum. Let's run it.
Love you guys. See you later.
And see you tomorrow.
Riley killed me.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked. All right, miss you guys.
What's up, guys? Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, there goes John. Here I am. Sophia in her chair. No, I just joined after work. We're not done yet. We're still here. You'll get some big protein time with the Worm Queen.
Woo!
Yeah. Sorry I haven't been on, like, stream recently. I've been, like,
Working.
I've been trying to figure out this Paris stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been this close to coming to tears. But we're good. I did a test. Those of you that know my small little OK producer channel can find it. But we're good. We figured it out. And we just need the internet to work. And we are smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing. No, that's perfect. But let's read some donations.
We got some donos?
Y'all, the timer, we're still here. Don't you worry.
Wait, did the timer, like, change?
No, I changed it.
Okay,
on
cool.
purpose.
Because I accidentally changed it downstairs, and I was afraid it changed up
Oh,
here.
no,
Because
no.
it was like 3 hours downstairs.
You're good.
Cool.
Asian Persuasion, thank you for the $5. Speaking of backyard barbecue, I found an old post of mine where I took a photo of me smoking a redacted with the caption "Backyard Asian Barbecue." Thank you for the $5. And again, thank you for the $2. Redacted because spicy maple isn't legal here. Asian Persuasion, I feel like nothing you do is legal. You're here. It's not legal either. Asian Persuasion, thank you again for the $2. He said, "Praise to the Most High." Is that all of the donation?
I believe so.
Nice. Let's freaking go into this next story.
I don't know what number.
I set it up for you.
Oh, you're the best.
Yeah. Oh, it's glitching on my phone. All right. Alrighty. Do. Okay.
Yep, go for it.
I backed out of being a bridesmaid 6 months before the wedding. Now everyone's calling me selfish. Honestly, when are you supposed to, like, if you need to back out?
Yeah, you can get out of a job in 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, 6 months is, I feel like, ample enough time.
come on.
Am I the a-hole for agreeing to be in a wedding party and backing out 6 months before the wedding? I, 32 female, met my friend Kristen, 34 female, while in college. We were very close during our college years as we were in a different major and spent a lot, in a difficult major, and spent a lot of time studying together. After we graduated, we remained in contact on occasion, but we were definitely not as close as we once were. The change in dynamic was primarily because we both moved out of state. We never had a falling out. As it is currently, we speak once every few months to catch up. By the way, this comes from Rude Lobster 8565 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, Kristen got engaged Christmas 2023. She asked me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding in January 2024. We discussed the wedding, and I was told the plan was to have a beach destination wedding. Important to note that the location was an 8-hour drive from where I live. I gladly accepted her invitation to support her on her big day. A few weeks later, her childhood friend, maid of honor, started a group chat regarding wedding planning. She sent a message that essentially said she had booked the bachelorette party for 3 days in Turks. She went on to break down the cost of rental cars, lodging, food, etc., stating to expect to pay roughly $6,000 for
Each or just one person?
each.
What?
Yeah, they're each paying $6,000. That's...
How?
I would also back out of this.
What?
That is kind of... Understandably, I think that when you are a bridesmaid, you should expect to have, some costs. But $6,000 without checking in with everyone is ridiculous.
Yeah, I would... If my friend, like, if John or Sam were getting married and they're like, hey, I need you to drop, like, $1.5K to come and hang out with me, I'd do it.
$1.5K, little bit more reasonable.
Yeah.
But also, they hopefully would have said beforehand, hey, before you accept this, I need you to drop around $1.5K.
yeah.
But for her to
But if they dropped,
and
if they
then
were to
find
drop an
out-
amount on me like this,
Yeah.
that's what I would say.
Yeah. But this is ridiculous. I responded and stated that I would not be able to attend due to the cost, but that I cannot wait for the wedding. Okay, so OP's still saying I can come to the wedding. I just can't go to the Turks with you. Last week, Maid of Honor reached out to inform me that the destination of the wedding is now a 10-day event in Paris. That's
Wait, is one of us getting married?
ridiculous. Oh my God. Congratulations.
Is one of us getting married?
You're getting married.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Oh,
In
word.
Paris.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Probably let
Are
my
you ready?
girlfriend know.
You have to...
They're coming.
We'll FaceTime her.
Okay, cool.
I think this is so stupid. For destination weddings are very hard, I think, to plan and to get people to come to. And to not communicate with your bridesmaids, with your bridesmaids, the costs and also that you want to have a destination wedding is ridiculous, because they should be able to properly prepare, because an 8-hour car ride is so much different than a, flight, and you're going to be taking time out off of work and stuff. This is stupid. All of the wedding events will be occurring during these 10 days. 10 days is also crazy. She outlined daily events that were planned for the wedding party and a tentative schedule for the trip. She pointed out that I am able to have a +1 for the wedding. My significant other of 8 years would be the one to join me, but that he could not participate in wedding party activities. What? I inquired about cost and was told that we would be responsible for flights, lodging, food, and all activities, both activities with the wedding party and anything we wanted to do alone. Are these people just really rich That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
They must be really rich to be able to, one, afford $6,000 to go on their bachelorette party, and then also presumably about, I want to say at least 1 to 2K for 10 days in Paris. That's, yeah.
Dropping 10K per person.
Yeah, I would.
If you were having a good time like them, probably 10K.
I want to say it's probably going to be around 10K total because they're doing all of these events and stuff.
Yay.
The couple is unable to assist with any portion of the cost during the trip as they will be paying for their activities and the space for their wedding, which does not include food or drinks, only the event space. They're not even giving out food at the wedding. What are they paying for? They're literally like, we're paying for us to go on a trip and you guys have to pay for everything else.
I think this is a swan lady move.
Yeah, that's
it's
I
giving.
swan. I informed maid of honor that I would discuss the change of plans with my significant other and get back to her. I would not go to this wedding. My significant other and I discussed the change in plans, and we agreed that attending this event would not be in our best interest financially. I wonder why.
Smart.
But I feel like they're asking everyone to go take out loans to go to this wedding. We recently bought a house and are planning to start trying for a baby within the next few months. We've also been working very hard for the past few years to become debt-free, skipping annual vacation traditions, cutting back on most things that are not essential. While I think it is fair that plus ones are not to participate in wedding party events, with the event lasting 10 days with daily events each multiple hours that are only for the wedding party, he would be alone for a significant amount of time during the trip. He has met Kristen roughly 3 to 5 times, but has never met anyone else that would be attending. We discussed me going alone to cut back on costs, but honestly, I don't want to spend so much money on a trip that big and not even have him with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go. I would not go to this wedding.
In the city of love.
Yeah, you can't imagine going to Paris without your significant others.
Dang. Could you imagine?
Couldn't be us, Riley. Couldn't
Yeah,
be us.
Dang, that is us though.
It's fine. I informed the bride and maid of honor I would not be able to come. I have since been called selfish and been told I am a bad friend for refusing to support Kristen by passing up on her bachelorette party and her wedding. Comments from her mutual friends. They're also not even that close anymore. I would absolutely not, I don't even think I would do this for a close friend because 10K is insane. But for them to not even be that close, why would you go?
Give me 10 years and I might be able to do a 10K trip for someone.
For someone really special, I'll
Yeah.
do a 10K trip. I didn't even do a 10K trip when I was traveling.
Whoa,
That
you
was
did a what kind trip?
7K for 3 months. This is probably 10K for well, actually, I guess it's probably around maybe 2 to 3 weeks because it's the Turks first.
Yeah.
This is a solution When I explained my concerns financially, I was told I should put the trip on a credit card and pay it off over time. This
Well-
is bad financial advice.
Well, let's say you put 10K on it and you pay $500 a month and then you pay $500 for 12 months
They're like, just go to debt. It's not
with
a
the
big
interest
deal.
involved.
This is
If you really want to do that.
Yeah, if you're really my friend, you would go into $10,000 of debt for me. This is a solution I am not comfortable with. I wonder why.
Oh my gosh, I did that math so wrong.
What?
And I already know the comments are coming after me. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Oh well. Sorry.
I
Sorry.
didn't even notice. This is a solution I'm not comfortable with. I have worked very hard to get out of credit card debt. I do not want to go into a significant amount of debt for a wedding. I was also told that it's not Kristen's fault that I previously was in a bad financial situation. What? And she should not be punished by my lack of willingness to use credit cards. She's not being punished. OP is being punished.
But it's her best friend.
Not even her best friend.
But someone has to pay for this trip and you're punishing her.
It can't be the bride, of course, whose wedding it is.
Ay.
I asked if they would be having a celebration in the state that she lives in. We live 5 hours apart. and was told they have maxed their budget on the events already planned and have no intention of doing anything once they get back. Yeah, they've spent so much money. It is important to point out that I have discussed this with Kristen, and she tells me she understands. However, she is not confrontational and has complained to me about other friends in our group while not addressing issues with them to keep the peace. Okay, so she like bad mouths other people to OP. So OP's like, she's probably doing the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I do believe that our friends' comments have at minimum been discussed with Kristen, if not made by her. I don't believe she's a bad friend. I truly believe that she does not like to have confrontational discussions and was probably venting to other friends. I love that she's able to give herself her dream wedding, and I would love to celebrate her. However, I feel like this ask is not reasonable. So, am I the a-hole for dropping out 6 months before the wedding? No!
If they're rich and they can't recover from this,
Yeah.
how many credit cards are they using?
Yeah, no, you're not the a-hole, OP. I don't think anyone should ever be expected to go to a destination wedding. If you want to have a destination wedding, that is your own prerogative. But you just have to accept that a lot of people aren't going to be able to come. Because it's, like, not only is it a big financial, like, thing, but it's also taking time off work that they might not be able to get off. So, yeah. And 6 months ahead of time is ample time. Like, it's not like she couldn't find another person, or does she even need another bridesmaid at that point? Panda Ammonium says also OP must be one heck of a human if her not being there ruins everything. I know. Like, why are all the friends ganging up on her? It's so mean. Meanie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, everyone's saying not the a-hole. Agree. But that is the end of that story.
You.
What?
My buddy Ryan's in the chat.
Oh, LOL.
I would never do that to Tate.
Never do that. Kimberly Fan says, not OP's fault. Bride and groom didn't financially plan to set these high expectations. It's Brittany Beach says, how dare you not go into debt for a wedding? And Diana says, your friend shouldn't ask you to go into debt to go to their wedding. Agree. All agree. But that is the end of this story.
We got another one.
But we have another one.
Always.
There's always
We
another
never
one.
stop telling stories.
We never stop.
And we never will.
Whenever I go to sleep, I'm just mumbling. I'm like,
I have heard her talk in her sleep before.
that's not true.
Yeah.
When?
At that trip that we took to Anaheim. I swear
had-
you said something.
I had tape on my mouth. There's no way that presumably it was your, like, girlfriend. It couldn't have been me.
Somebody said something.
I mean, maybe I wasn't asleep. Because I sleep with mouth tape, so... Cool name, bitch. Sophia, you had tape on your mouth? I sleep with mouth tape because...
She tries to suffocate herself every night because that's how much she loves to live.
Guys, I sleep with earplugs, mouth tape, and if it's, if I'm in like a public, or if I'm sleeping in, like a hostel or something, I'll also have my eye thing.
Dude, and then I asked her, hey, could I put on some rain noises
No.
just like for the vibe? And she was like, please no, I can hear it and and it's not even working. She has all that going on.
I need complete silence and darkness. I need all of my sensory.
I'm not sitting
things
beside
to
you
be
on the plane
done.
ride. I just
don't.
can't.
I don't recommend it. I'm very squirmy. But Angela Connolly says, what F is mouth tape? It's literally just, if you sleep
my
with your
God.
mouth open, you can get just like, it's
She doesn't want to snore.
skin. Well, it's also even not for snoring. It's helpful for snoring, but it also, if you just sleep with your mouth open and you get dry mouth, you can put tape on your mouth and it'll just like vertically. Okay, I'm done. My PSA. My best friends demand that I stop studying law. I want to cut them off. You should sue them. What?
They're criminals.
I'm like, no, OP, you can't do this to us. Hi guys, so I really don't know how to proceed here. I am utterly lost and I don't even know if I'm responsible for this whole mess or if my girlfriends are overstepping. By the way, this comes from Message from A on the r/storytime subreddit. First of all, we all know each other since the high school age. We are all German, so we have a different school system, important for later. This whole mess is about me, 29 female. Annika, 29 female, and Tara, 28 female.
Those are German names.
And my other friend, Hannah, 26 female, is an innocent bystander and was dragged in. No, not Hannah. Annika got pregnant at 18. The baby daddy went off, and she and her ex-boyfriend tried to make it as a family. And when baby number 2 was born and her ex wasn't the father, he left her. You got drama in your friend group.
Oh.
Also, update to TLDR.
Okay, I will.
Everyone's saying that I would die first in a horror film. She didn't finish her apprenticeship and has a day job in an office. Tara finished her bachelor last year and wants to do her master's degree this year. I had a bit of a rocky path. I have a learning disability and only through therapy learned how to handle life and school with it.
The chat.
I did an apprenticeship and after that went back to school and did my A-level in 2 years, and now I study law at our local university. Nice. I thought everything was fine and my friends were happy for me until this morning. Tara and Annika and I have monthly brunches to keep in contact on Sundays, and this morning they told me they demand that I stop studying law or else they'll go no contact with me.
Good.
Their reasoning, they're afraid I'll get too cocky for being a law student and that they feel like I'm looking at them, especially Annika, as a second level human being. What? That's wild. Imagine like you got into Harvard or something and someone was like, your friend went to you and was like, you can't go to Harvard because it'll make me feel bad. That would be wild. You should get new friends, I think. I have never said or did anything that would indicate that I think that about Annika. For more than one instance, I said I understand if she can't finish her apprenticeship now and would do it once the kids are in kindergarten. Tara wants to be a teacher, and I think that's super cool. We need teachers. And that's such a hard job, too. Not once did I say that I am better than them because I study law. They're just jealous. They're just jealous, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hannah, who was just as shocked as me, sat there with me and looked completely bewildered. I asked both Annika and Tara to leave because it hurt me immensely what they said and that they think I would think something like that about them, and that the sheer audacity they have to ask me to stop studying law is just insane. I have worked my butt off to be able to study it, and it just hurt. Later, I received a long WhatsApp from Annika in our group chat again, demanding me to stop studying law, and if I won't, she'll cut contact with me, and so will Tara. Literally just cut contact with them. These are horrible friends. If any of your friends are telling you to stop, pursuing your passion, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. They're trying to hold you down because they are jealous and they are sad about their own life.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I am absolutely lost. I thought that was going to say I lost it, but no. I'm absolutely lost. Tara, Annika, and Hannah are my only friends. I don't have a clique at uni or a huge friend circle, quite the opposite. I don't want to lose my friends, but I will, under no circumstances, stop studying. I am already past 6 semesters, so absolutely not. I asked countless times what had happened, but neither Annika nor Tara will answer my direct question. They are so adamant I have to stop studying or else I'll become too cocky to be around. Your friends suck. What the hell am I supposed to do now? And there is an update. I'm really hoping that OP leaves them.
Yeah.
Because they're freaking pulling a Warner to your Elwoods. That is a Legally Blonde reference, Riley. They're telling you that you're not smart, or I don't know. That's not exactly what they're telling you, but they're trying to stop you from pursuing your dreams.
Yeah.
And don't let them. They're not your friends. You can certainly find new, better friends who will support you.
For friendships, I feel like consideration has a lot to do with the health of a relationship with people. Oh.
What?
Sorry, the camera. A lot to do with the health of the relationship, and they're not. OP has been through the ringer when it comes to getting this degree and
Yeah.
and side
a hard
effects. So I feel like she has a lot of she knows how hard that was, and I don't think she would do that to you guys. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, just flipping it around, if OP, who she said she didn't, but if OP had been to them and said, oh, well, you shouldn't be a teacher because, you know, that he doesn't get any money, or like made some kind of comment or assumption about their choice in life, that would be like, they would presumably not like that. So I just don't understand why they are.
Yeah.
They are telling her to stop pursuing her passion over assumptions about what lawyers are like in general,
and
rather than knowing who she is as a person, as a friend.
Yeah, and go back to the consideration thing. They're not considering all the things that you've been through, and like what Sophia said.
Yeah, and also, it's like they're trying, or to them, they think that they're trying to save her, but I don't understand that. They're like, oh, if you go down this path, we'll lose you, so we're gonna instead lose you now. Like, I don't understand the logic there.
Insecurities.
Yeah. But there's an update. Hey guys. So first off,
say the date.
July 4th.
Hell yeah.
This is in Germany though.
Hell yeah.
I want to give a huge thanks to all the kind Redditors who commented on my post. Especially to the one Redditor that made me smile and told me to have my Legally Blonde moment. Yeah. I have sworn to myself I will live by this comment from now on. Now on to the update. First off, no, I will not consider stopping to study for a minute. Who suggested that? Annika and Tara are officially blocked, and Hannah and I are still as tight as ever, and this hasn't harmed our friendship. I am very thankful to have her. A lot of you had the right intuition. This whole thing was born out of jealousy from Annika. Duh. Apparently, she applied secretly to the same school that I did to get her A-levels, like I did. She somehow didn't believe me or didn't read clearly, either way, when I told her she needed a finished apprenticeship to enter the program. When she got denied, she flipped out. The whole thing with her not getting into the program made her lose her mind. Yeah, she's so jealous. She apparently insinuated to Tara that while we met privately, I would absolutely trash talk her, Tara, that I was so much better by me studying law, yada yada, and that I think I'm better. So Annika is now lying to the other friend, Tara, saying OP is bad-mouthing you behind your back because she's so jealous that she did not get into the same program that OP did.
So who's starting all of
this? Annika.
Anika's starting
it. She roped Tara in through lies, and now they're together approaching.
Wait, who
OP.
had the 2 kids?
I want to say Tara wants to be a teacher.
Who had the baby?
I think it's Annika has the kids.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hoping it was
Where were we? Apparently insinuating. So Annika spun this whole tale of her being afraid I'll get in over my head and get cocky. She deep-faked WhatsApp messages and sent them to Tara. Whoa. I have proof of them. Tara showed me reluctantly, and she demanded from Tara to back her up during her Sunday brunch and to help her with demands.
Dang.
Whoa. Get this. Not your friend, for sure. This is a person you should stay far, far away from. Apparently, Annika wanted to prove to me that the 2 school years weren't so difficult as I always said, which is true. I did say that you have to study and want it, as 50% of the students fail the last year, as it's a high demand. Never did I say that she couldn't do it. I said you have to want it, and being sick is out of the question, and that. And Annika took this as a direct hit to her ego, obviously, and that I think she's always missing work, and that I think she's lazy. She has 2 small children in kindergarten. Of course she'll get sick, and of course the kids have to stay home, and so does she. It was never meant as a direct insult on my part. Now to Tara. Thinking I had a better chance to get to the bottom of this, I asked Tara to meet me alone. She agreed and reluctantly admitted she knew all along. Wait, she knew all along that Annika was lying? What Annika had planned, i.e. to tell me to stop or force no contact on me, and that she felt she couldn't say no, as she saw my WhatsApp messages. Okay, so she was still bamboozled by Annika's lies, but knew about this plan before.
Oh, I see.
To like force her to go no contact, yeah. I was so confused by that and asked her what messages she talked about. Tara showed me screenshots, and after a long back and forth, she agreed they looked suspicious and didn't sound like me at all. Annika has a bit of a slang, whereas I absolutely don't. But for her, it was evidence enough, because she somehow felt like I was trying to take over the place of the best person in the group, and that she felt like I was rubbing it in their faces, especially with me always telling them that I fail this and that and keep on studying. I'm not kidding. I must have looked like a fish out of the I must have looked like a fish out on the beach. But yeah, sorry. Hearing all this nonsense, I was sad the whole time. That was exactly the moment I lost all emotional connection to both of them. I told her if that's what she thinks of me, Annika is the better company and she should join her in her misery. Yeah, I think that it seems like Tara was somewhat willing to believe all of this stuff. If it does look like, I mean,
Even
she
if it
admitted
was
that the WhatsApp
framed.
stuff looked suspicious. Even if it was framed, like willing to believe Annika over OP without even asking about it. Until OP broached the subject. If they want a punching bag, they can buy one on Amazon, but absolutely not use me for that. Yeah. OP. I sent a scathing WhatsApp to the group chat and blocked both of them. I am sad that I spent 15 years thinking people would have my back as I did for them, but that's life, I guess. I still have Hannah, and she promised to be my study buddy whenever I would need one. So yeah, that's it. And there are 2 relevant comments. Finish this story off, but before we do, let's read some of your relevant comments. Yeah, I'm glad that OP is leaving these horrible friends. Teacher Yo says, Annika Skywalker, this girl is crazed. Oh. I don't think that. Yeah. Okay. A Deadly Gamer says, Sophia, you're welcome to walk on my Delaware palm tree, which is rare to have growing here. That, I don't think that's relevant to me, Sophia. Well, anyway, I think that this, before we get into these relevant comments, yeah, just get rid of your friends. They don't like you. They don't like you, and they're mean. And I don't like them personally. And anyone who brings you down, toss them. Get them out of there. You only want people who uplift you and who want to make you the best version of yourself. Yeah, Cool Name Babe says, Sophia said, let's read some comments. There were no comments. You guys didn't say anything. Let's read these relevant comments. They're probably more relevant. Zazar says, what I want to know is how Annika didn't realize an apprenticeship was required when applying for the program she did. In the US, college applications literally spell out the requirements they have in order for you to even have a chance at getting in. And even then, it's not a guarantee, especially with top-tier schools. Do they not have the requirements listed for prospective students that they see during the application process? And OP says, I concluded that Annika didn't believe when I told her she needed the Finnish apprenticeship because you literally go to the website, print out a PDF with your information, and then the secretary gets into contact with you when you get into the class to send in all the necessary forms, aka your certificate of apprenticeship. Apparently, to what I found out, she just applied, didn't read once more because she wanted to prove she can do that too. Received the acceptance letter, and then she lost her spot due to the missing. So she got in, and then she lost the spot because she didn't actually fill out all the requirements.
Going to the airport without your...
Yeah, you silly Billy. Don't forget your passport on
I
Sunday.
won't.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Don't do it. She obviously knew what type of school I was in. It's literally 3 letters, and there's only one economic school here. And of course she knew where I went to school. All I can conclude is she downloaded the PDF, filled it out, and then she imploded. I like this because OP's writing from, like, as a person probably speaks German, so I like all the slight. But yeah. You have to read the moral of the story, get rid of your friends if they suck, and to read all of the requirements if you're applying to school.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Come on. You can't be a lawyer if you don't read all the facts.
They're bad. And
Yeah.
that's the best filtering system ever.
Yeah, like you get into law school and they're like, oh, she didn't actually. complete the requirement. Like,
Ay,
imagine
ay, ay.
going into like court, and they're like, "Did you, I don't know, did you read the case?" And they're like, "Oh no, I didn't think I needed it.
Or
I
imagine
thought I'd
trying
just
to
show up."
live stream and like you don't have internet.
Yeah,
Wild.
wild. Emily C says Annika might try to get her kicked out of law school. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. And Sophia Calon says, "Wait, we can get a wheel spin? You can if you get to 500, but I ain't seeing any numbers a scooting.
Scooting tooting, no numbers.
I ain't seen nothing scooting to 500.
Guys are slower than molasses.
They're slower than a tortoise in heat." In the heat.
That's
Wait,
good. That's good. That's really good.
Is it?
Lower than Grandma Joan trying to get to church on Sunday morning.
Slower than a dog with 2 legs. All I got.
No legs.
Okay.
Oh, man. Laugh.
But there's one, maybe 2, depending on how long the story goes, more stories for us to read. So let's get into it. My friend used me as a free babysitter, so I blocked her. If you're not getting paid, then that's free labor and that's illegal. This was our conversation yesterday. My friend asked me to help her babysit her son and take him to and from summer school while she is at work tomorrow and the rest of the week. By the way, this comes from Jamin to Astb on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So if you want to submit your stories, go there. The thing is, my niece gave birth this week via a C-section, and I am staying with her at her house and helping her whilst she heals because her husband works and can't be there all the time, and she needs a lot of help as she is still healing. And I told my friend this, and then at first she told me that me helping my niece is a good thing. And then in the very next message, she proceeded to guilt me by saying things like, God is watching, and that he hears and sees everything, and that she only asked me for a simple favor. Weird. Imagine you text someone, you're like, hey, can you babysit for me? And they're like, oh no, sorry, my niece just had a baby, can't be there. And you're like, okay. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, God will never forgive you. What? Wild. These are wild people in these stories. Truly, just no filter on these people. She wouldn't accept no for an answer and continued to guilt me and send me more messages trying to get me to say yes. And she said things like, she's a nice with a good heart.
Probably watch those YouTube videos where it's like you can get anyone to do anything for you if you ask the right question.
Yeah. She's like, I can figure this out. I can crack this.
Can you watch my kid?
No.
Can you perhaps see them while they sit there?
All right, no.
Could you focus in their direction for a moment?
You know what? Yeah. Bam. And there you
Boom.
go. There you have it. Any if you phrase a question the right way, you can have anything you want. She said things like she's a nice person with a good heart and a good soul, and that she only asked for a small favor. Just a small little favor. After standing my ground for a while, she messaged me saying that God sends her good people. What? That God sends her good people and that she asked her neighbor to help her, which she accepted. And then she finished it by saying her heart is good and clean. Don't be friends with this person. She seems like she sucks. Edit 1. I have babysat my friend's son for years free of charge because I knew she had no money and because he wasn't a bother. And another thing is her son is sick. Oh, and she refuses to take him to the doctor, claiming they won't do anything after I have told her repeatedly for weeks to take him. And her son's coughing also made to take him. And her son's coughing also made one of my children sick as well because no one else in our family is sick except her son. Thankfully, I took my child to the doctor and they gave them medicine and they are better, but she refuses to do the same for her kid. That's messed up. Take your kid to the doctor. If they're sick, get them checked up. I also think like it's somewhat common for parents to hire babysitters when their kids are sick. Like I've been called
Really?
in. Yeah, I've been called in when with like to sit sick kids, and I'm like, because they're kids and they don't know how to like sneeze into their arms, so they're just like
Oh.
coughing on you and like wiping their snot on you, and you're like,
Dude, my mom loved it when we were sick because she got to stay home from work. It's like, I gotta
Yeah.
take care of my babies.
Yeah, no, I think that you should be. I don't think you should be like outsourcing sick children.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. 'Cause sometimes like literally have to go to work and stuff, but depends on how sick they are, quite frankly. By the way, she does. Ooh, where am I actually?
I think the one.
Okay. Sometimes she acts like I can be at her beck and call and babysit for her 24/7, regardless of what's going on in my personal life or if I'm busy. By the way, she does have other friends or neighbors that live nearby her that can help her, but instead she calls me all the time because she knows I'm the least likely to say no. This is what happened today. This morning, whilst one of my children who has work in a couple of hours, I was sleeping, her son was knocking on our door and she was on the phone with him, telling him to knock louder as that's what my child heard her say when they called me asking if they should open the door, and I told my child not to and that he can go to the summer school and be there early as the school is across the street from my house, and that I told her yesterday I wasn't going to be home, but she still sent her son my way. At this point, I feel like you can call CPS
Dude,
if they're
just-
sending their child without like supervision.
Give him to like a kidnapper at that point.
Literally, she's just sending her child. She's like, yeah, he'll figure it out. Like the audacity to ask someone to babysit, them to say no, and then she just leaves her kid over there. She's like, yeah, go. Be free. Cool Name Babe says she was straight up trying to drop her kid off. Feels illegal. Yeah, it does feel illegal. Rose Pink says she's taking advantage of OP. I agree. And in the afternoon, she told the summer school teacher to drop her son off at my house without even asking me first if it was okay. And
No.
one of my kids, who was about to leave for work, oh my God, answered the door thinking it was me or someone else. And then I had to come back home in order to watch her son, as he was going to be alone otherwise. And I do not like the idea of her child, or any child for that matter, being home alone in my house, because if anything happens to them, that's on me since he's in my home. Yet, call CPS. Luckily, my niece's husband was home today as his day off from work, so he's able to look after her while I waited for the kid's mom to arrive to pick her up. And then when she came to pick him up, she told me that all she wanted was for him to sit in my living room and watch TV while he waited for her, and that she didn't ask for too much. And there is another edit, some relevant comments, and an update, but let's pause.
I hate this.
Can we do a poll?
Yes.
Can we do call CPS or nah? Because this is, I don't know too much about the law, but I think this is illegal. I think if you just drop your kid off somewhere and don't make sure, someone's watching them,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like you're just neglecting your child. And that's bad. You heard it here first.
I'm gonna do that with John and Sam whenever I have kids.
You're just
Like,
gonna
just go
drop
see
them off.
Uncle John, Uncle
Yeah,
Sam.
just
and
walk
it'll be
over.
fun.
Yeah, we're probably gonna live across the street.
Yeah.
Just go check on them. you know?
Tennessee.
Yeah. That's what my dad did. They just would go over to the neighbor's house when they were younger.
Yeah.
And it was like, go
Yeah,
have
get
fun,
over it.
kids. Be home before dark.
Love that I
Yeah.
just tricked you to moving to Tennessee.
What?
Said in Tennessee. You said, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just saying like in Tennessee you did that.
No.
Cool Name Babe says neglecting children is bad. Hot take by Sophia 2024. I'm all about those. I know it's crazy, but don't neglect your children. But there's another edit. OP says she also said that the lady she made the deal to take her son to summer school in the morning didn't work out because her son was sleeping by the time she left for work in the morning. And by the time he got ready to leave, he didn't know that she had made a deal with the neighbor. and she said that she forgot to tell him about the whole thing. Yikes. Which I think is BS, and she just wanted to have an excuse for her son to stay at my house again before and after school. And I think she dropped him off at the bus stop near my house and told him to come and knock on my door because she went to work, then lied and said he came all by himself. Ay, ay, ay. And there are some relevant comments.
And this kid's 7? How old's this kid again?
Wait. We don't know. It doesn't seem like we know. They don't say. It seems like it's a young child, presumably, that needs to be watched. I would say probably like under 10. That's my guess. Somewhere under
Whoa.
10. Yikes. Millennial Ink says the only reason I say nah is because unfortunately at times the person that has them can end up getting more in trouble in the end. Maybe that's for the CPS stuff.
Yeah, because if you do call CPS, that woman's gonna be like, "What? Who called them? It's all on me."
CPS. Yeah. Sharon Weeb says, I used to have someone stop in and tell me she just had to run downtown for half an hour. Could the kids stay and play? 4 hours later, she was still gone. The kids let it slip. Mom had to. Oh my God. So she just lied? Yikes. Yeah. It's really ridiculous to just, expect other people to take care of your kids without, actually getting their permission and making sure that they are able to take care of them. Because a lot goes into watching kids. They're a rambunctious lot. They need a lot of attention usually, depending on how old they are. So yeah, I think that maybe get some authorities involved in this if this is gonna keep happening. Because it's putting the kid at danger. Like, what if you're not home and she drops off her son and no one's there and this kid is just waiting on your porch?
And then he gets cut by something on his foot, like he's walking and he gets cut.
And then you get blamed because he was on your porch. Yeah. I think it's dangerous, but let's get into these relevant comments. Sophie King Awesome says, you know the answer. She's a user and will bring nothing but stress to your life. Block her, not the a-hole. And OP responds, one of my children wanted to confront her today, but I told them not to, as I told them I would handle it myself, as I didn't want her giving them any bad karma. And they told me if they couldn't confront her, then I should block her. She thinks if I can't babysit her child, then one of my kids can, but they don't want to babysit her child and have lives and don't want that unannounced responsibility. Yeah, no one should have that unannounced responsibility. Go on freaking, I mean, she's probably using them because they're free, but go on. There's babysitter apps. I'm sure there's a child that you can pay $15 an hour for.
Probably find a babysitter on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. And OP continues, she thinks, oh wait, no, I said that. Z4 Driver says, it's okay to ask for a small favor, but she has to accept that you decline it. She doesn't need to know why. Just tell her that you can't babysit. The moment she started to guilt trip you, you should have cut contact. The more she throws a tantrum, the less likely it should be you ever babysit her kid in the future. And OP responds, the thing is, it's not just a small favor, as I have been babysitting her son for years for free. But now, when a family thing happens, she expects me to drop my stuff in order to babysit her son. My family have been telling me that she's been using me for years as a free babysitter, but I didn't want to listen because I think I like to see the good people. She's 100% using you. Pitiful Plastic says, you have absolutely no business around your niece or newborn if your household has been exposed to a sick kid germ. True. Opie says, oh no, the kid is no longer sick, but for a while he was, and that was just part of an extra rant about her not taking her kid to the hospital when he was sick. I would never go to my niece's house if I was sick or ill, or if her son had something that I could pass on to my niece or her kids. And there is an update. But yeah, Miss Romy says the mom is irresponsible. Agreed. Christina Akansu says the mom is worse than the Amazon drivers who say we missed you, left the parcel on the porch. Yeah, the ones who are like, we knocked on the door but didn't actually knock. That's what she's doing. She's not knocking on the door when she's dropping off her son. Pana Ammonium says OP needs to be a recovering pleaser. Yeah, she's way too nice. I would say maybe ghost and maybe call CPS. Because she's just going to keep using you and probably putting her son in danger, trying to get like people to watch her son when she can't. This is stinky behavior.
Speaking of people pleasers, I put a new poll just now in the chat, and I want to see who is a people pleaser and who's a hard arse in our audience.
Yeah, I'm a people pleaser, I would say.
Well, I
You're
spent
for
all.
sure a people pleaser.
What is that supposed to mean, huh?
You spent all day working on the thing.
Yeah, because it's my job.
I know. People pleaser.
It's my job.
To be a people pleaser? It's not a bad thing. I just think that you are. I think you try really hard to do things for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
You're a people pleaser.
You're a freaking people
You
pleaser.
spent all day working on silly stuff.
No, it wasn't silly. I think you were.
It felt silly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've
Riley worked really hard. Everyone, more hearts to the chat.
How
for Riley.
hard is it to get 2 phones and a laptop and a thing to work?
Really hard.
Really
hard.
Anyways,
Yeah.
lurkers, get in there, please.
Get in there. Melanie Cochiola, thank you for the $5. You guys are the best. Sophia's one of the few people that ever pronounced my name correctly on the first try. LOL. Love you guys. I hope I pronounced it correctly there.
I could never.
Is it Cochiola? I hope I pronounced it right because I remember we talked about it and I don't remember what I said the first. But there's an update. Oh boy. Let's see if she blocked this person and called CPS. Who's to say? Update. I told her that I didn't want her to bring her son over anymore and that I thought it was manipulative and effed up that she brought her son over despite me telling her I wouldn't be home and that she endangered her son because if my son was not home, then anything could have happened to him. And I told her I hated how she used God in order to guilt me to say yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And I also told her that it is not my fault if she willingly endangers her son, and I will take appropriate action if it comes to it. And I finished it off by telling her that God is watching and hearing her as well. She then replied by telling me that she only has one child and that I have more than one child and that I'm using that in order to hate her and her son. What? She's like, you have multiple children and you're being mean to me.
Now you hate us.
This logic, none of her logic makes sense. OP's like, sorry, I'm out of town. She's like, God doesn't like you for that. God actually thinks you're weird for that. And now OP's like, I can't babysit your child. And she's like, you're being mean to me because you have multiple children. I don't understand any of the logic here. And I finished it off. Oh, and I also told her that it is not my fault if she willingly endangers her son, and I will take appropriate action if it comes to it. And I finished it off by telling her that God is watching and hearing her as well. Mic drop. She then replied by telling me that, oh, I already said that. She then told me that I told her a long time ago that her and her son could come to my house anytime, like I can't have plans or things come up. And that it's my fault that I want to help my family and that I have to be available to her beck and call 24/7 no matter what. This woman is delusional. She then told me she sent my message to her family who live in a different country to us and to prove how unreasonable I'm being. She then told me the message was me saying bad things about her and her son and trying to gossip about them. That was our last conversation. I have not talked to her since. Thank God. Ugh. I have zero problems with her child. I just have a problem with her not respecting a no when I already told her no. Trying to gaslight and guilt me into accepting her son coming to my house when I have plans. And edit, I forgot to add this, but she also told me that I should basically be ashamed to call myself a religious person after threatening her and her son, and that God is watching my heart against her and her son. This woman is crazy.
Like projecting.
Sounds like projection. So hard. So hard. And OP responds, or OP comments, I'm a big people pleaser and I like to avoid confrontation when I can, but I think sometimes you have to confront people. This via text, even if it may. True. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you have to set boundaries with your crazy neighbor friend who insists that God needs you to watch your kids. Imagine using that just for random things, being like, actually, God says that you need to pick up my groceries. Sorry, I don't make the rules. God said it.
I would. I should probably actually start doing it.
He's gonna come downstairs. He's like, actually, Sophia, God said you have to set up the stream. Sorry.
That could have been good, yeah.
I'm like,
guys,
well, God says so.
God doesn't want me to stream in Paris. It's not working.
Sorry, guys. God said so.
Oh, man.
My bad. J Jersey girl says, thank you for the $2. She says, she is ding dong ditching her child. Yeah. Full name babe says, God says it's my turn on the Xbox. LOL. Oh boy. Yeah. But do we have another story that we can pull up?
Yeah, is it which one are we on? 89,
687 right now.
I just put from another mega.
LOL. Ba 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 ba. La di da.
Oh, you're good.
What? Okay, cool. There it is. Says God says I should have your car. Hand over the keys. Yeah. I don't know if God says so, guys. Those are the rules. All right, let's get into this final story. And this is also the final stream before we leave for Paris. Next time you see us. Actually, are we?
Yeah.
When are we gonna be live again?
If I can figure it out, dude.
We don't know when we'll be live again.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go live on my thing until I figure this out, you know. I can't leave today until I figure this out.
Oh, okay. I do have to go, but
No,
okay.
Yeah, no, this is my
Okay.
problem.
You're just gonna hang with Riley.
Yeah.
Guys, Riley's gonna watch you. He's babysitting you. I'm leaving you.
If I pop in the stream outside for a little bit, would you guys join for a second?
Yeah, literally
cool.
just hang with Riley.
Let me know.
It's like one of those videos where someone leaves their dog or their baby with like chat, you know, and they're like, "Can you watch my dog for a bit?" That's what you guys are doing with Riley. Can you watch Riley for a second?
Oh gosh.
Let's get into this last story though. My fiance flipped out over my shirt's smell. Now I want to call off our wedding. Woo. My 25 male and my fiance, 27 female, have been together for 3 years. No relationship is perfect, but I think ours was pretty great. Until recently. Uh-oh. By the way, this comes from Bad Good Brother on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So check us out if you want to share your stories.
Yeah.
She's very particular about things and likes to live a very regimented lifestyle. For example, we have spicy sleep every Tuesday and Saturday because she likes to prepare for it, as do I.
Wow.
Whatever works for you. I really like this as it takes off a lot of pressure and we both have a normal libido and both our needs are being met. She also hates surprises. Hates them. She doesn't want me to buy her gifts, birthday, Christmas, etc. without her input. To be clear, this is awesome as it eliminates a lot of stress. Honestly, that sounds great because I'm not a great gift giver. I love when people tell me what they want.
Wait, how's my gift giving on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think your gift giving is great.
Yeah, she didn't rate it.
A 10?
Now she did.
I really like this as it takes off. Oh, I said this. To be clear, this is awesome as it eliminates a lot of stress. We literally go shopping together for our gifts. Love it. There have always been some things that really bother her about me. Okay. For example, I'll wear jeans twice before washing them. She thinks this is gross. What? And it kind of upsets her. I normally cave into her quirks for the sake of her happiness. That's actually a lot of times. I mean, that's like, you're washing it too much, I think. Because you're actually not supposed to wash your jeans. I think you're supposed to wash them every couple
of wears. Because if you wear them too much, then the wash will be away.
What?
Sorry, I'm just trying to be fashionista.
No, I think you're supposed to wear them, like, if they're actual true denim. I don't think you're supposed to wash them as much because it like it's not good for the denim.
Yeah. And the wash goes away if you got dark wash, then it's white.
You're just rinsing.
And then they
yeah.
shrink.
Yeah. 2 washes is, I think that's too much for jeans. Recently, she was shopping at a thrift store with some friends and found a shirt that she thought I would look good in. She sent me photos of it, and after an absurd amount of discussion, she pulled the trigger and bought it. When she gave it to me, she told me to wash it before wearing it. I said okay, but wore it the next day anyway. It looked fine and smelled fine, so I wasn't worried about it. When I came home that evening, she flipped out. Honestly, based on her reaction, you would have thought I came home covered in feces. It was so extreme. She ended up spending the night at a friend's house, and we went 3 effing days without talking. I think that she might have some kind of germ thing. Like, it might be some kind of neurodivergence or really extreme aversion to germs. Because this seems like a really...
Ooh.
Yeah, Cool Name Babe says, yeah, this sounds like OCD more and more to me. I think there could be some, other thing going on, because this seems like a really extreme reaction. At the end of the 3rd day, she returned home to apologize while emphasizing how gross it was and that she wished she would just listen to her. Her apology seemed very half-hearted. Yeah. Now I'm wondering if I want to be with someone who is so uptight. I really do love her, but she does react strongly to minor things like this. Going 3 days without talking was too extreme. I'm very torn. She'd already made a lot of preparations for the wedding and invites have been sent out, but I don't know what to do. Am I the a-hole for leaning towards ending the relationship? Zari Pistachio says contamination OCD. Avon says also it's really bad for the environment to overwash clothes. Nanoplastics often come from overwashed laundry because it breaks down over time. Lily Pilly says the whole point of not washing is because it's the same amount of bacteria, but now there are 2 lots. It is gross. TH. Personally, I would wash stuff that came from, a thrift store right away, but I don't think that is really the point here. I think it's the fact that she had a really extreme reaction and didn't talk to him for 3 days because he didn't wash his shirt.
Here's my thoughts.
Yes.
She overreacts over the minor things. Maybe do some big things and see what she does there.
Yeah.
Maybe just cheat on her. And if she doesn't react, then dude, just don't do minor things. Just go big or go home every time.
Great advice from Riley.
This works. Hey, try it out. Just try it out.
I think that maybe see if she can go, go to a therapist. Or see if we can find out if it is maybe OCD. I would have a conversation with her first before jumping to let's break up.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a conversation. Maybe you see like, hey, have you been tested for anything? Is there any way that we can kind of work through this? Because I feel like your reactions have been really extreme and you kind of ice me out. And I don't appreciate that. And if that then doesn't work, if she's not receptive, is like, no, I don't want to go to therapy. I don't want to do that. Then maybe you scale back. But I think conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Avon says, you're the a-hole if you don't try to work through this first. Like, she obviously therapy, but not the a-hole for thinking this isn't okay. Which I think I agree with that.
Facts.
Sophia Calon says, or maybe anxiety. Yeah, I think there are a couple different things that it could be. Now, I really want feedback. She's a good woman with a few overbearing quirks. Up until now, I've been fine with them. Edit, she's super sweet and nice. I love her a lot. But the last incident was an eye-opener. It was so irrational. There is no way to cancel the wedding without ending the relationship. She would blow up, as would most people. Since people have asked, she doesn't want kids. And there is an update.
Get in.
But let's can we do a poll?
Yeah.
Therapy or breakup? Divorce? Yeah. Angry Jesus says OCD is an anxiety-based disorder. Yeah. I think that there's a lot of reasons. But let's get into this update while y'all do that poll. Update. Wait. Oh, there's multiple updates.
Oh, nice.
Oh my. A lot of people suggested that my fiance might be autistic. I hadn't considered that as I have a cousin who is autistic and he is nothing like my fiance. There's a lot of different, I don't think that is necessarily
Spectrum.
Yeah, it is a spectrum. So I researched it, and perhaps she might be a little bit autistic, if that's a thing. A lot of her issues are similar, TBH. She's very inflexible on just about everything, and she gets very stressed out. For example, and this is silly, 9 p.m. is bedtime. She needs to be in bed at 9 p.m., and I need to be there with her, very stressed if not. Sometimes life happens, and it's not possible. She can deal with this, but it wears her out. Staying out past midnight is impossible for her, simply doesn't happen, or she's going to be cranky or stressed. If she gets too stressed, she either starts crying or yelling or both. She only yells at me or family, but she'll break down crying anywhere. It seems like she gets overstimulated. Yeah, this does sound like it could be autism. If she's like getting overstimulated. Everything has to be in its spot. If friends are over and place an aluminum can in the trash bin, she'll get up, take it out, and place it in the recycling. Now, if I do it, I get yelled at. By now, everyone knows what her rules are. When the weather is on the news, her whole world disappears and she focuses on that. Make too much noise and she gets upset when watching the weather. She's obsessed with weather reporting. She has 3 apps on her phone that she subscribes to for weather. Yes, she has like a hyperfixation. I think she should get tested. She cannot ever go to a concert because they are too loud. Another symptom. Overstimulation. Also, she hates wearing anything with a waistband. Overstimulation. She loves music but listens to it on low volume. She wears dresses everywhere and goes commando when possible. Only wears underwear when she's menstruating or if she's wearing a short dress. Sleeps in the nude because she doesn't like to be constricted by clothes. There is a bunch of crap like that. I've always considered these weird things cute and funny. This very much sounds like autism. Cool Name Babe says, wow, this is so textbook. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I think it's funny that he was like, no way she could have autism. And then was like, oh, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe we should all do some thinking. Maybe we should all reflect and look at our partners and ourselves and think about
it. Are you thinking about it?
Yeah, I think I might be.
You might be. You
I made the same breakfast for like 2 months straight.
Yeah, we could look into the symptoms after.
What about for you? You might have it.
You
don't like rain noises at night.
I think that I have ADHD. But you can have both. I don't know. I haven't really looked. I haven't done any research on autism. I've done a lot of research on ADHD, so I don't want to make that claim. But let's continue. She doesn't do any stimming, or she does do them rarely and tries to keep it hidden. She might be masking. If she's stressed, she'll occasionally rock slightly. We do have a rocking chair she uses to relax in. Obviously, I don't know if this makes her autistic. However, otherwise, she has a great personality, but she struggles with humor and sarcasm, often takes things literally. This is autism. He is just reciting autism. She's full of energy and can be the life of the party, and she makes friends with everyone. Everyone she meets is a future friend. I don't have to worry about her ever cheating on me because Tuesdays and Saturdays are spicy sleep day and only in her bed, but she can be freak when it's time. I like that she's a huge nerd and gamer. Plus, she has a great job in IT field and she can spend hours talking to ChatGPT. In fact, she's doing it right now. Lots of question about weather and weather history. It's funny and makes me smile for some reason. Sometimes she'll get obsessed with some other topic and it's hard to discuss anything else. I could go the rest of my life without talking about The Lord of the Rings again or the show Friends, which she will watch on repeat. Okay, well, I get that. I rewatch Lord of the Rings all the time. Courtney Brady says, that's definitely stimming regardless of autism. Not. Stella Davis says, the rocking is a form of dissociation to decompress from being overwhelmed. Yeah, Mama Shark says, how has no one ever mentioned this? That's what I'm shocked about. Also, she is a trivia god, so we go out and do that a lot. I've had to build my life around her needs, but I've never minded it as we have some similar interests. Twilight is not one of those interests. So I think she might be autistic to some degree, but not in the classic sense, hand flapping noises. It seems like OP just thinks of autism as like in like a person on like the far end of it rather than someone who is, you know, like his girlfriend. And just, yeah, it seems like he has a very stereotypical view of it and doesn't really see the whole spectrum that it can. Which, you know, maybe he's just not educated, and it's good that he's getting educated now. Edit, I'm lying in bed thinking how much I love this weird little woman. I'd like to believe that we can both make some necessary adjustments. Unfortunately, the clock is ticking towards the wedding date, and I'm still not certain what I should do. Definitely have a conversation. What was the poll, by the way?
75% therapy.
I think, yeah, I agree. I think it seems like she for sure has autism. And I think that they just have to like, and it seems like they up until now have found ways to you know, make it work and stuff and make sure that she's good with everything. So I feel like they could definitely work around this and, you know, just make sure that like he's washing stuff and yeah.
How did this dude end up with her though? Why, you ask? Because he's oblivious to these things? How did he even pick up that she was flirting with him?
Yeah. Maybe he was, I don't know.
Like, how did that happen?
He seems like, yeah, he just seems very oblivious. Update 2 though. Well, she's now my ex-fiance. What?
No.
What?
The shirt smelled really bad.
No. Yesterday, my wife called me at work angry that there was a toothpaste splatter on the mirror. I have no doubt that this is true. I ended up hanging up on her. After work, I told her that we needed to talk. She had already calmed down. I told her that she has some sort of undiagnosed issue and mentioned that she should be tested for OCD or autism. I don't know how do you think you would bring that up though? Because I think that you have to bring it up like very gently, which it doesn't sound like, you know, we don't really know one way or another how OP kind of approached it.
Yeah, hopefully you did it well. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's just assume you did. And if it doesn't work, try again with a friend.
She just told me to F off and threw my phone in the front yard for some random reason. Told me to get out of the apartment. I told her that I wasn't going anywhere and that we perhaps needed to postpone the marriage and work on our issues. She ended up grabbing some clothes and leaving. I don't give a crap. I decided we were done, but wanted to give it a few days to think about it. Her mother called me to ask what had happened. Her parents are well aware of her temper. She said that X told her that I called her the R word, and apparently she canceled all of the wedding arrangements like the nut job that she is. Okay, well, don't follow that up by calling her a nut job. She also texted everyone to inform them we had broken up. Anyway, I was fine with this. I told her mother that I never called her the R word and that I suggested that she might be autistic. Her mother seemed mad at me for suggesting that, so that's probably it. I thought about blocking her, but I would like to talk first to officially end things, hopefully amicably. Haven't heard from her. And edit, people claiming that this is my fault because of the toothpaste are bonkers in my opinion. Edit 2, I said I was fine with this, but only because it was the right decision. I am genuinely hurting right now. The whole thing sucks, TBH. I'm 100% certain that she'll contact me and try to fix things. That's why I'm considering. Ooh,
It looked good, and then it just
yeah, it really spiraled. It really spiraled. I think that it seems like based off of when OP that he suggested that her daughter might have autism and she reacted negatively. It seems like maybe in their family they have some negative connotations around autism and might be like, oh, we're not getting you tested because a lot of people have like, you know, it's getting tested for autism and for, you know, if you're neurodivergent, there's a lot of like stigmatization around that. So that might be why she reacted pretty negatively.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if he reacted the best afterwards.
He's probably done with it.
Yeah. I don't know if there's much he can do until he goes get tested.
I didn't like his reaction or
I
how
didn't
he
like
handled
his
it.
reaction. Yeah.
Didn't come out of love, bro.
Yeah.
He's probably like super hurt, and he's like trying to play it off cool, like I'm not.
Yeah, I don't
I
care.
didn't give a crap.
But I
She
don't
left.
love. Yeah, I don't love how he responded.
He immediately played "All Girls Are the Same" by Juice WRLD after this happened. I know it.
Cool Name Babe says if the family also thought of autism the way OP did, they're probably also bigoted in that way. Yeah, it seems like none of the family or OP was really informed on this. Slyly Tove says so that family has called people the R word and she associates any mental condition with it. Yeah. And Stella Davis says the stigma is because people think we develop slower instead of developing differently. Exactly. Mo says people don't like talking about autism because it's hereditary, so they need somebody else to be autistic as well in the family. Yeah, it doesn't seem like this relationship is going in a good direction. Trisha D says OP called her an ableist slur. He's gross. I agree. I don't like his reaction. But that is the end of this story
Friday.
and the end of the stream.
This is America. We're in America now.
But we're gonna be in Paris
Very soon.
very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
I'll
And
make
we'll
sure to
miss
bring you guys with me.
Miss you so much.
I'm
And,
working really hard to bring you guys with me.
hopefully we'll see you soon.
I will make it happen.
I love you.
I love every one of you individually and as a whole.
I love you together and also as individuals.
As a 4 centuries.
All right. But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
Whoa!
Wait. Did we read that last donation?
Oh no.
Sorry. Okay. J Jersey Girl, thank you for the $2. She is ding dong ditching her child. Okay. Now we're ready. If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And
See you tomorrow!